At Bethune-Cookman University's commencement ceremony, Education Secretary Betsy DeVos was invited to be a guest speaker. Now, as you would have predicted, seeing that she is the Secretary of Education and she bought her job, people didn't really care about what she had to say because she's a billionaire and she has nothing meaningful to say. So what happened during the the course of her speech was she was booed continuously, and not only that, students actually had their backs turned away in protest of her speech.
Great honor and privilege. I am honored to become a Wildcat. And it's a real honor and privilege to be with you as we celebrate the Bethune-Cookman University class of 2017. I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak with you, and particularly with those who have disagreed with the invitation for me to be here. One of the hallmarks of higher education and of democracy is the ability to converse with and learn from those with whom we disagree.
If this behavior continues, your degrees will be mailed to you. Choose which way you want to go. Graduates to be, would you please be seated? Graduates, would you please be seated?
As I said, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be with you today. While we will undoubtedly disagree at times, I hope we can do so respectfully. Let's choose to hear one another out. I want to reaffirm this administration's commitment to and support for HBCUs and the students they serve. Please know this. We support you, and we will continue to support you. That is one reason why we support restoring year-round Pell Grants. Congratulations, and may God continue to bless our nation, Bethune-Cookman University, and each of you, the class of 2017.
So that to me was just amazing. It made my day. It really did. And I honestly don't have much to say about this other than just, me wanting to share it with you because that was just fantastic. And look, if anything, I will say this. I think that kind of illustrates why liberals should allow conservatives to come to their universities and speak, because, if you don't like them, if you don't like what they have to say, at least you could boo the shit out of them. And I think that will have a more profound impact than anything else, because in this case, liberals didn't look like the bad guy. It was Betsy DeVos who was embarrassed because of this. But when you see, liberals at college campuses like UC Berkeley that prevent Milo Yiannopoulos and Ann Coulter from speaking, it just makes liberals look like the bad ones, and it makes it look like we are trying to shut down the First Amendment. And I hear you, because it's not fair, because how often do liberal speakers get to attend Christian colleges, or conservative colleges? Not very often, right? But we don't hear about that. So I get you. I get that there's hypocrisy there, but I think that if you really want to get your point across, this is the best way to do it. So take note from these students, because what they did was fantastic. And look, I'll just say this to Betsy. looks like you bought the wrong job, because if you think that young, impressionable people who are mostly liberal are going to fall for your idiotic theocratic education policies and how you want to push for charter schools, they are not buying what you're selling them. They're not picking up what you're putting down. They don't like you, Betsy. So it looks like, you bought this job, so you're going to have to buy a different job, preferably one out of government where you don't influence public policy, because, again, you're a billionaire. You're out of touch with the overwhelming majority of human beings, so you have nothing substantive or meaningful to say to us. So buy a job in the private sector, leave us alone. We don't want you having any influence over our education policy. And that right there, those students who protested you, who turned their backs to you, is a snapshot of how we all feel about you. Those students spoke for all of us.
Support this podcast by joining the independent progressive media revolution today at humanistreport.com.